to CRM Dynamics Tier 3 training. My name is Jesse McCoy with Member Services here in Waco, Texas, and I will be providing you training on CRM Dynamics Tier 3. Here is our table of contents. All the information we'll be going over today to include our overview, objectives, and then we'll go into navigating and performing actions within CRM Dynamics for Tier 3 participants. Here's our overview of the training. The purpose of this course is to provide Tier 3 agents or participants training on Microsoft Dynamics Customer Relationship Management application, which will result in an improved experience for service members, veterans, and their dependents who care for veterans' healthcare services. Member services provide better support to resolve inbound and outbound calls and achieve first call resolution. Implementation and integration of Microsoft Dynamics Customer Relationship Management will improve speed, accuracy, and efficiency in which information is exchanged between veterans, their dependents, healthcare providers, and the Department of Veteran Affairs. Here are our course objectives. Right now we have 2. And so Tier 3 participants will be able to do what? Successfully navigate within Microsoft Dynamics CRM ribbons and queues to locate, pick, work on, release, reroute, resolve, and complete escalated requests for either vets.gov and ID.me. So depending on what business line you're working, you'll be able to escalate or complete escalated requests for vets.gov and ID.me. And the other course objective is to perform Microsoft Dynamics Customer Relationship Management documentation functions to follow up with veterans and their family members via a phone call or an email. Reference for this particular training is the Tier 3 CRM Dynamics training. So we're going to move right into it. Customer Relationship Management, moving right into navigating to requests. So if you have your CRM Dynamics application up and available, if you could hover over the word where it says Microsoft Dynamics, hover over it. Once you hover over it, you get 4 blue boxes, and then click on the one that says Service. Alright, once you click on the one that says Service, so Service is now in the blue ribbon bar, and you just simply move your mouse to hover over the word Service. Once you hover over the word Service, additional boxes will appear, and you click on the one that says Queues. It says Queues. Let me demonstrate that for you. So here's my CRM Dynamics. I'm hovering over the word where it says Microsoft Dynamics CRM. I'm coming down and I am selecting the service box. Now service box is up in the blue ribbon. I go back up and hover over the word Service. Additional boxes below the word Service appear for us, and I just simply come down and scroll to the right and click on the one that says Queues. Alright. Moving on. Next step. So it doesn't matter if you're working ID.me Tier 3 request or you're working vets.gov Tier 3 request. As you can see, I'm going to scroll up and down. The information is basically slightly different in the heading, but the information on how you do the process is the same. It's the same. Let me demonstrate that for you. Alright, so items I am available to work on. And then I'm going down into the queues. As you can see, I have already have it set for help desk vets.gov. Just simply click on the down arrow, and then you can scroll up and where it says help desk ID me. So you can change that to whatever queue you need to work on. Help desk ID me. You can scroll down to help desk vets.gov. Alright, let me get my application out of the way and get back to the training. Alright, so now that we are able to navigate the queues to select which queue we want, whether it be ID me or vets.gov, let's go into the training port of it. So the queue view provides the ability for help desk, either vets.gov tier 3 agents or help desk ID me tier 3 agents, to view tier 3 requests in the items available to work on view, with to selected immediately below the filter on the help desk, whether it be ID me or help desk vets.gov. You can select one of those. When you select one of those, requests will then appear, and then you are able to select any one of those requests, and then you will have to pick to move those requests to the next box, which is the items I am working on. So let me pull my CRM Dynamics application back over, and we're going to kind of explain that with a little hands-on. So we already know about the queues. We already explained that just a few minutes ago. Help desk ID me, you can click there, and what is available there will appear, and then you go down to help desk vets.gov. So moving up just above the line there, this is the view line. So you got view, and then you have queues. So now we want to work in the view area. So where I see items available to work on, there's a drop down button there. They call it a caret. So you can just simply drop that down, and then you can see what's all available. You know, you got items available to work on. You got items I am working on. All right, so you can see what else is there available, and then you can also create your own personal view. All right. So we have items I am working on, and then we have, items available to work on, and then we have items I am available to work on. Notice there's a thumbtack right off to the left. When you see the thumbtack in a horizontal mode, that means that it's not defaulted. But when you click on it, and you see the thumbtack is kind of diagonally pointed, now your particular system is defaulted to items I am working on. So every time you want to go back to this particular queue, it will automatically pop up to items I am working on. You can also make adjustments and also reselect your defaults, whichever view you want it to be shown when you click on Microsoft Dynamics Service. Once you go to Service, then you click on Queues. Once you click on Queues, then it will automatically pop up to whatever you have your default set. Okay, so the next step is to pick an item from items available to work on. So from your position, as you see that I have one here, in your position or at your location, there may be hundreds of these requests waiting for you. And then now you have the opportunity to select the ones that you want to work on or that you have been assigned. Say, for instance, your supervisor came up and says, Jesse, that's me, of course, Jesse, I want you to work on all requests pertaining to registration. All requests pertaining to registration. And there are hundreds, or it could be even thousands in here. And so instead of going through one by one looking for the ones that says registration, there is a little funnel box over here. We call that a filter. You just simply click on the filter button and then go over to the area, and then you can, of course, do your sorting where all of your requests pertaining to registration will be grouped together. Once they are grouped together, of course, then you can work better from there. All right, so in this case right here, I only have one item for vets.gov. One item. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a check mark all the way to the left of the request. And then I'm going up to select pick. When I select pick, another box will appear informing me that, hey, I have selected one item. In your case, you may have selected 10 items, whatever the case may be. When you select this pick box after selecting the ones that you want to work on, you will pick it. Another box will appear and says you have selected, in this case, one item. In your case, it may be 2, 10, 15, 20, whatever the case is. All right. We want to avoid checking this box here where it says also remove the item from the queue. We avoid doing this. So next, the only thing for us to do here at this point here is to select the word pick at the bottom of this box. Once we select the word pick, now the item has been removed from the view where it says items available to work on. And now that particular item we was working on has been relocated to items I am working on. There you go. So you can imagine if you had 50 items or 60 items that you were working on in the items available to work on view, and you put your check marks by them, and then all of a sudden you select the word pick, and then they all relocated to the areas that says items I am working on. This also provides you a better organization skill, if you will, or save you time as far as time management is concerned, because you have grouped all the items that you are working on to the items I am working on. So what that entails from the previous list, items available to work on, it could have been hundreds out there or thousands out there. So what you did was just remove the items that you want to be working on, that you say, hey, I'm going to be responsible for these 10 or these 15. I am responsible for those. And so now I pull them over into my group where it says items I am working on. And then from there you just go and you start clicking and you're working on them. So basically just double click in the white space, and now that request appears. So what you see now is a request. If you haven't went through the initial training for CRM Dynamics, you know that agents have to build this particular document up. And so their document is called an interaction. And so if they can't handle veteran matters or issues, they are escalating. So they escalate to their supervisor. If the supervisor can't handle it, then they escalate to Tier 3. All right. So supervisors are Tier 2, leads are Tier 2, and then of course agents are Tier 1. All right. So in this case here, now this particular item is at the Tier 3 level. So now you have some things that you have to do to try to resolve the matter. So let's get back to our training. All right, so we explained the queues, we explained the views. All right, we explained those items I am working on. All right, once you get the items I am working on, then now you clicking on those items so you can work on them. Now we go into documenting follow-up with veteran. So on an open request, new phone call and email buttons are available on the Tier 3 request form. Click new phone call to log a follow-up call, clicking save to complete logging of the activity. Click email to send a follow-up email, clicking the send button to send the email, and email log the activity. All right, so let me demonstrate that for you. So, Tier 3, this particular request has reached our level. Tier 1 couldn't handle it, the agents, they couldn't handle it. Tier 2, supervisors or the leads, they couldn't handle it, and they further escalated. So now it is sitting in your hands. Tier 3. As a Tier 3 agent, you can always go to the history box and look up the history on this particular veteran. And you can say, oh, I got several emails here. Or in this case, several case notes. So you can kind of hover over each one of the case notes to see exactly what's going on, or you can click on them to open the case note up. So you see we got escalate to help veteran fix system error. Then we had another system error, escalate to hire for support. Then the interaction, you had calling Henry Emma, had DS log on issues, and the veteran states he could not access the system. All right. So now you know what you have to work on. So what you'll do is you'll try to contact the veteran. Either contact him by phone call, probably be the primary means or the first option. And then if you're not able to contact the veteran that way, then you would do the email. So notice the veteran does have an email address. So whatever email address is on file here, that is where the new email will go to. So let's click on new phone call. The new phone call. So another box will appear for us. And now you have the opportunity to work on this particular request for the veteran. You select a new call or new phone call. So now you're about to call the veteran. All right. And so here's the little box that you have to complete. All right. So notice the phone number is there already. No, it's going to be an outgoing call. Whatever the subject is, you call them about a system error. All right. So you'll be filling out this particular form here, which is a new phone call form. And then once you start talking with the veteran, then you go ahead and put the summary in this box here. Whether you was able to reach the veteran, you resolve the issue with the veteran, or the veteran no longer has the issue. Whatever the case may be, you go ahead and you fill out this particular phone log activity. All right. Once everything is done there, you notice that you do not have any save buttons up in the legend area. So in this case here, you have to go down to the bottom right hand corner and click on the floppy disk that says save. All right. It says save. Once that is done, you can just simply click off of that right there. All right. So say, for instance, the veteran, you was not able to reach the veteran. Veteran was not available by the phone. Nobody was there to take a message. So you say, okay, let me leave this veteran an email. Veteran was available. All right. You click on the new email button. The new email box will appear for you to perform your email logging activity. Pretty much the same. You write in whatever the subject was, system error, and for, let's say, vets.gov, and then you leave your message. The telephone number where the veteran can call. Now notice up here in the upper area where it says send, save, attach file. So if you need to do anything of these areas right there, you have the opportunity. But once you get finished, you definitely can send the email to the veteran. You need to attach a file, you can attach a file. If you're not ready to send it, you can always save it and get back to the message later. In this case here, I'm just select send. Processing. All right. That is now done. All right. You can close out the box. All right. And that will be that. So let's get back to the training. Now we're going to pick off on the training. So logging request for a feature enhancement. So on the action available, one of the actions available for a Tier 3 agent request is set as a feature enhancement. Selection of this action will not route the case back to a different help desk tier. However, the request with this action will be reviewed regularly and will be considered as a feature enhancement. Give you an example. Say the system is in maintenance, so the system is maintenance for a couple of days. All right, and so you try to access the system and you receive the error that the system is in maintenance, and we couldn't expect the system to be available 24 hours, 72 hours, whatever the case may be. Or new software is being implemented, and the completion of adding the new software or uploading the new software or updating the new software to the system would take a couple of weeks. So now you can have the opportunity to set this particular action as a future enhancement. Let me bring my CRM Dynamics homepage back over. And as you can see here, we got resolutions and we have actions. Alright, resolutions, we say for resolutions there, you can double click on your resolutions to see what is there. Alright, that is not the one that we need. And so we go to the actions. You double click on the action bar and there it is, set as future enhancement. Alright, you can set as a future enhancement. Alright, and notice it has the next step button, so you click the next step. Moving on. Routing request back to Tier 2 agent. Another action available is route to Tier 2 queue. Selecting of the action will enable the next step button and require a case notes. Clicking next step will route the request to the Tier 2 for further information based on the case note entered. Let me pull my CRM Dynamics up available. Alright. Say for instance, this particular case needs to go back over, say rework, or system is now available. Alright. System is now available. Proceed to assist better. Alright, because it may be an action that Tier 2 or perhaps Tier 1 can do. Alright, so where we had selected set as future enhancement, we just simply click on the magnifying glass. Alright. And then route back to Tier 2 queue, and then you add, as you can see, that information is there. It says case notes is a required field, so as you can see, I already have the case note there. I'm just simply clicking on add the case note, and that information has been updated. In progress, and now it is gone. Okay. Continue on with the training. Resolve request. So select a resolution in the resolution field. Once a resolution is selected, the complete request button will appear. Click this button to resolve the request. Alright, so we're going to work on this one right here. Say for instance, we didn't want this particular route to Tier 2. I'm going to click off of it, and then now we have the resolution box will appear. Alright, just simply double click on the magnifying glass, and then there you have issue resolved, whatever the case may be, issue resolved, and now you can wait for the buttons to appear, and we'll be able to resolve these. There we go, complete request. You can complete this request. Once you complete this request, you basically close out this request. Alright, you're closing it out. Once you hit complete, you'll be closing it out. Alright. Let's get back to our training. Now it's time for us to bulk resolve Tier 3 requests. Bulk resolve is limited to Tier 2 and Tier 3 agents, and of course the supervisors. We are to navigate to requests in the service ribbon. Once we navigate to requests in the service ribbon, the next box will appear where we can bulk resolve Tier 3 requests. Let me demonstrate that for you. Alright, got Microsoft Dynamics. We are in service. We hover back over service, and then we're going down and we're clicking on request this time. Last time we clicked on queues. This time we are clicking on request. Alright, so as you can see, now I have a lot of items that I can bulk resolve. A lot of items. What we try to do here is that we try to have similar types, if you will, similar types or similar areas. You know, try to make all of those basically the same, because we, you know, if you have the same veteran, you probably want to look for the same veteran name. See if you can bulk resolve all their requests, you know, all at one time. So say, for instance, this person here is named Raymond Harris. All right. And we want to bulk resolve all of their requests. All right. As long as they were open. So now, as you can see, these particular ones, that's a bad example. Let me go down to where it says HD, because I was in the HB, but you kind of get the concept. So where HD, if you was health benefits agents, you can bulk resolve there. And as you can see down the bottom, we do have help desk. All right, so in this case here, see we have all our veterans pretty much are different here. All right, say you want to go in and bulk resolve all your account deactivations. All right, so something happened and you want to go ahead and bulk resolve those. Well, you have the opportunity. All right, you can bulk resolve all the account deactivations, and then once you do the bulk resolve there, then you always go back up top where it says HD bulk resolve. HD bulk resolve. Notice when I click off of these to the side here, I'm clicking off. HD bulk resolve is now gone. So it will not let you bulk resolve any items unless you have them selected. So in this case here, I said I was going to bulk resolve all the account deactivations, and now we have bulk resolve here, and we just select the ones that we want, and then we just basically going back up and clicking on the top of where it says HD bulk resolve. All right. Once you do that, this other box will appear, and then those are the two items that I have selected to bulk resolve. You fill out the type. All right, you're able to fill out the type, and we can say these were, let's go, My Healthy Vet, resolutions, just doing them all at one time. You answer the questions, erroneous escalations, let's do erroneous escalations, and then from there, we are basically done, because we have bulk resolved these items. Strolling back off to the left, and don't forget, make sure we hit our save button, and so those items will be bulk resolved. Moving back on to the training. So now comes time for practice. Practice, who want to do practice? Practice is good, but according to some basketball players, who want to do practice? All right, so we do have practice activity exercise 1 and 2. As you can see, it says, pick a request from the HD Tier 2 queue using the steps outlined in this module. Open the request from the items I am working on view. Reroute the request to Tier 2 using the steps outlined in this module. So as you can recall, we did that. So I'm bringing my CRM Dynamics back up. Microsoft Dynamics, service, we go over to service, we go back up to the service, and then we'll just have these drop down boxes, and we're going over to selected where queues. Alright. And so we will always probably want to start from items I am working on, depending on what is available. Then we go up to ID Me. Alright, so items I am working on, and we just use ID Me because we have some available. So I'm going to use this one here, the first one. You can read it, 5119. And then I'm going to go up and select the word pick. When I select the word pick, this particular request will be moved to items I am working on. And that's where we pick up on the activity. So we change our view to items I am working on. And there's this view here. You just double click anywhere in the white space, and now this request is open. This request is open. Alright. And so from there, you'll just reroute the request to tier 2 using the steps outlined in the module. Alright, reroute it back to tier 2. Let's see here, we got some resolution. Let's see what's available. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. Action. See if we get action. Alright, reroute to tier 2. Alright, you know we gotta put a case note. Alright, so that will be a case note, and then you add your case note. Alright, in progress, and now this item will be rerouted back to the tier 2 queue. Alright, just a few seconds while it's loaded up, and now that work has been done. Now, exercise number 2, navigate to requests in the service ribbon. It says select 3 requests of the same type to bulk resolve. Follow the steps outlined in this module for bulk resolve. Alright, so let me just simply move my trusty CRM Dynamics tool back over. Alright, you know we start from Microsoft Dynamics CRM, go down to the service box, we click there, and then we go back up and hover over the word service. So this time we want to select on requests. Last time we select on queues. This time we want to select on requests. And according to our exercise, it says select 3 requests with the same type. 3. Alright, so it don't matter, it says 3. So I got My Healthy Vet, My Healthy Vet, My Healthy Vet, all in HD. I'm selecting here 1, 2, 3. Once those have been selected, going back up to select HD Bulk Resolve. Once we select HD Bulk Resolve, those 3 items now have been consolidated. We go ahead and complete the activity. Of course, select the type. Alright, say that. Resolution, where the resolution was. We can say answer the question. We call back was completed. Fulfillment, whatever case it be, you can say fulfillment. And then from there, go down to the bottom right hand corner where it says unsaved changes. We click on the floppy disk, and now those items have been HD bulk resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the training for CRM Dynamics Tier 3. I hope you was able to get some lessons or some pointers in navigating in CRM Dynamics. And I also wish you all the luck in the future in using it. Again, once you start working with CRM Dynamics, it's basically going to start clicking. So navigation is very important, just to find your way around, and also it allows you to do certain things. So best of luck to you. Again, my name is Jesse McCoy with Member Services here in Waco, Texas. And I am also glad that I was able to provide this training for you in CRM Dynamics. You have a great day and take care.